The book of Genesis is the first book of the Bible and provides an account of the creation of the world, the origins of humanity, and the early history of the Israelites. It is a foundational text for both Jewish and Christian traditions and includes some of the most famous stories in the Bible. The book of Genesis begins with the story of creation, in which God creates the world in 6 days and rests on the seventh. It then moves on to the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, their disobedience and their expulsion from the garden. The book also includes the story of Cain and Abel, the first murder, and the spread of sin and evil in the world. The book then focuses on the story of Noah and the great flood, in which God destroys the earth with a flood but saves Noah and his family, along with pairs of every kind of animal, in an ark. After the flood, God makes a covenant with Noah and his descendants never to destroy the earth again with a flood. The book of Genesis then moves on to the story of Abraham, the father of the Israelites. God makes a covenant with Abraham, promising to make him the father of a great nation and to give his descendants the land of Canaan. The book includes the stories of Abraham's wife Sarah, their son Isaac, and Isaac's sons Jacob and Esau. The book concludes with the story of Joseph, Jacob's favorite son, who is sold into slavery by his jealous brothers and eventually rises to a position of power in Egypt, where he is able to save his family from famine. Overall, the book of Genesis provides a foundation for understanding the rest of the Bible and the beliefs and practices of Judaism and Christianity. It explores themes such as sin, obedience, faith, and the relationship between humanity and God. As one of the most foundational texts in both Judaism and Christianity, the book of Genesis plays a crucial role in shaping the beliefs, practices, and worldview of these two religions. Its stories and themes are echoed and developed throughout the rest of the Bible and continue to have a significant impact on contemporary religious thought and practice. One of the key themes of the book of Genesis is sin and its consequences. The story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden portrays the fall of humanity into sin, leading to the expulsion of the first humans from paradise and the introduction of death and suffering into the world. The story of Cain and Abel further develops this theme, highlighting the destructive power of envy and the devastating effects of sin on human relationships. Another important theme in Genesis is obedience and faith. The story of Abraham, for example, emphasizes the importance of trusting in God and following his commands, even when they seem difficult or impossible. This theme is also evident in the story of Noah, who is obedient to God's command to build an ark and gather pairs of every kind of animal, despite the ridicule and opposition of others. The book of Genesis also explores the relationship between humanity and God, depicting God as both loving and just, merciful and wrathful. This complex portrayal of God is evident in the stories of Abraham, who pleads with God to spare the city of Sodom, and in the story of the flood, where God destroys the earth in response to human wickedness. In addition to these themes, the book of Genesis also contains important theological concepts, such as the idea of the covenant, which is introduced in the story of Noah and later developed in the stories of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The concept of the covenant, which involves a mutual agreement between God and his people, is a central idea in both Judaism and Christianity and has had a profound impact on religious thought and practice throughout history. Overall, the book of Genesis provides a rich and complex exploration of some of the most fundamental themes and concepts in Judaism and Christianity. Its stories and ideas continue to be studied, debated, and celebrated by scholars and believers alike, and serve as a vital foundation for understanding the broader religious traditions to which they belong.